What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bees. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out of it, and now I am using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used to recruit and sell you an overpriced product. This was interesting. I guess I'll say it that way. But before we dive into that, if you would like to follow me on social media, here are my handles, and you can click the link in my video description if you would like merch or listen to my podcast, all kinds of really cool stuff. Please don't feel any pressure to become a member. I appreciate you guys just being here, watching, commenting, liking, all of that stuff. That is the easiest way, although I do appreciate our members. And before we dive into this video, I have to give a shout out to Christina, who is one of our members. And Christina was actually the one that alerted me. Is that right? That's what we're going to say. Alerted me to this whole scenario. So, little backstory. Christina sent me a message and she was like, hey, look at this. This feels like an MLM. And this is basically what she sent me. I'm just going to dive right in. This is probably going to be a little bit shorter of a video. I just wanted to kind of get the word out. And then I'm going to give my commentary and give you my thoughts on what I think about this. And yeah. So this was the post that she saw and responded to. I'm going to show you the rest of the picture here in a second. This was on Facebook. And this post says, how beautiful is this? No messy soil, just water and liquid nutrients. No pesticides or bugs. No food waste. All at my fingertips. So grateful for this tower garden with the way prices are going at the store. That is called fear-mongering. But okay, we will be able to sustain ourselves that much better throughout the winter up here in Canada, where you can't grow outside year-round. By the way, shout out to all the Canadians. Okay. What vegetables does your family eat the most? This tower can grow almost anything. It is a beautiful tower. Love that. It's gorgeous. Love the fact that, you're growing your own plants. I'm a fan of plants. I have my own collection. I did a whole kind of plant tour on TikTok because people were asking what I have. And I think that that's a fantastic thing. But we had to dig a little bit more. So this next picture was another post. You know what brings me joy? This. I don't have the rest of the picture. It's actually a video and it's just looking at all the plants that she's growing. Waking up and seeing fresh, chemical-free, pest-free produce growing, knowing that I'll be able to harvest this all winter long here in Canada. It's something I've wanted to do for a very long time and finally just said we can't afford not to do this anymore. And so we did it. Okay. I've got a variety of herbs, more zucchini, beans, peppers, and more lettuce. Microgreens in the works to add to the tower too. This is a labor of love. Planted these seeds and watching them every day transform makes me so excited. Something about growing your own food from seed is so satisfying. I agree. I think that that's awesome. Just not when it's associated with an MLM. We'll get into that in a second. Oh, by the way, am I in the same clothes as last time? Yeah, I'm batch filming. This is how I'm rolling today, by the way. Go get your t-shirt. Support Brittney Griner coming home. We need her home. Okay. Even when we buy our first home together, we will still have these in the house, at least 3 and a garden outside. Now, that might not sound that crazy to most people, but when I tell you the prices of this thing, you're going to be like, what? This is about 2 weeks of growth. If you're wanting fresh food for winter, keep in mind, grow time and order your tower accordingly, which basically is her saying, hey, order it now because you're going to need it. That's the sense of urgency that we see a lot of these MLMers use, which I find fascinating. And I used to do it too. It's like a call to action at the end, All right, here's the next one. Okay, this one, she got a lot of controversy over. She had a lot of controversy. She really upset a lot of people with this because she was, in my opinion, diving into fear-mongering people in order to buy what she has to offer, which she's not very transparent about on her social media page. But anyways, let's read it together. Yeah, nope, all caps. So happy to have my tower for year-round growing in my home. I ain't paying $10 for lettuce. That already sounds snotty, in my opinion. That already sounds like you're shaming people who choose to buy lettuce at whatever price in their area. That just sounds like, I can't believe you people are doing this. That's what that sounds like to me. And that's gross. So it's no wonder she took some heat from this. Then she edited her post and added, apparently this ruffled some feathers. And it wasn't meant to. No, but it sounds ugly. It sounds rude. What you're saying here is rude. And of course, you can't tell me that some part of her didn't know what she was doing when she put this post up. She knew she was going to get some kind of a reaction. That's why she put it up. That's why she said what she did. Again, that's just my opinion. Anyways, it's meant to, she admits it in her edit. It's meant to get people thinking about the rising prices and how it will affect or not affect them. No need to go panic buy lettuce. Love you all. No, the reason that she put this up was because she wanted you to go and panic buy her tower gardens. That's why she put this up. Also, if you Google iceberg lettuce in Australia, it is, in fact, $9.99. Or search lettuce prices in Australia. Okay, great. You live in Canada. I live in the United States. Prices for everything are going to be different everywhere. But putting up something like this creates panic in people, and you're trying to corral them, if you will, to buy your very expensive tower gardens. That's the whole purpose of this. Also, an example of fear-mongering. Let's go to the next one, because what happened was on that first post, Christina, shout out to you, girl, she said, hey, I'd like some information about this. So I also have the screenshots, everything that Christina said. Obviously, I have permission to share because she said I could. So let's go to the inbox, because at this point, Christina and I are kind of going back and forth, and we're like, what company is this? This is weird, you know, and we couldn't figure it out. So now let's look at the conversation between this rep and Christina. All right, here we go. Hey, Christina, the tower garden is pretty neat, eh? I love that Canadian. Love it. Let's see. Do you have any questions I can answer for you? Christina says, what's the cost and how do I order one? How did you become a rep? Christina, girl, I see you. Okay. And this rep says, you can order one through me if it's something you want. Yes, it's through the company Juice Plus. I'm going to save my thoughts for this whole thing, this particular thing, I should say, until the end. There is 2 different units to choose from, and works out to be about $90 USD a month if you do the pay over 12-month option, or you can pay in full. What vegetables would you want to grow? And Christina says, salsa and salad, so tomatoes, lettuce, onions, peppers, things like that. Love that. I'd love to have some salsa right now. That sounds amazing. And then through this conversation, she was sent this link. And this link, I know it's probably kind of small on your end, but if you look under where it says Tower Garden, and it says Tower Garden by Juice Plus. But I didn't even do like a deep dive. Let me tell you my thoughts on this. I think this is disgusting to me. One, Undergrow, they have school gardens, so they're pitching this MLM product to school gardens when schools can do it for a fraction of the price. The other thing that I think is disgusting is that they call it a virtual franchise. Now, we all know We all know that MLMs are not virtual franchises. We know that. So, ew on this. I don't like this. Grow yourself to greater health. Okay. Now let's talk about the pricing, because I know this is where some of you are going to be like, I cannot believe this. Okay. Here we go. This is the pricing that Christina was sent. So here we go. The Tower Garden Growing System, $670 or $55.83 per month. The LED Light Kit, $325 or $27.08 per month. Then you have the tomato CG with SPCR. I'm sure that's like the seeds or something. And that's $95 or $7.92 per month. I have so many questions about this. This brings it to a grand total of $1,090 or $90.83 per month. Of course, that does not include tax. That does not include shipping, which is why you were prompted to input, your zip code so they can calculate that for you. $1,000. Okay, let's talk about it. Well, first of all, the deception in all of this, and when I say deception, let me be super clear on what I mean. When you go to this person's Facebook page, and obviously I'm not going to tell you who this is because that's not what we do here. This is really about, the methods behind all of this. But when you go to this person's page, she actually sells Pruvit ketones. What I find interesting about it is here this last month, she started talking about these tower gardens and growing vegetables and this and that. There's no mention of it being an MLM. There's no mention. It looks like a hobby. It looks like that's what look at what I'm doing for my family. It looks wholesome. Do you know what I'm saying? But you have to do some digging and you have to message her, which is a very MLM tactic to be able to control the conversation. You have to get in her inbox. And so that was how we were able to find out all of this information. If you guys want me to do a deep dive on that, let me know. But my question is, I wonder how Pruvit feels about that. Because I know for a fact that there have been people that have joined other health and wellness companies while they were still an active promoter in Pruvit, and they were sued. So I'm just wondering how Pruvit might feel about all of that, considering Juice Plus is considered a health and wellness company. The next question that I have is, I wonder what her commission is on the sale of a tower garden at $1,000. I'm kind of curious. Will I dive into it? Yep. Also, my next question is, why would she need to be selling another MLM product that is this high priced when you can go to Amazon, you can go to local stores in your area, set up your own garden, that type of thing, for a quarter of the price? Just like we see with any other MLM product, they all claim that nobody can do what we're doing and nobody can create what we're creating, and our products are so unique. And lastly, let's just visit the Juice Plus website for just a second. Because when I go to Juice Plus, and I'm just reading the first paragraph, okay? The first paragraph says, healthy living made easier. Juice Plus helps you bridge the gap between what you should eat and what you do eat every day, with added nutrition from a wide variety of plant-based ingredients. Okay, well, if Juice Plus is designed to fill in the gaps from what you eat and what you should be eating, why do they also want a piece of this pie? It's giving keto food from Pruvit kind of vibes. And what's interesting is Pruvit used to say on their blender bottles, drink versus diet. But then that all changed. And now they offer keto food that is overpriced, and the reviews have not been that great. That's what I've seen. And also it's like, well, I already said that. It's overpriced, right? And so it's interesting to watch some of these companies go, oh, drink versus diet. Oh, now we're going to offer keto food. Juice Plus is saying, oh, by the way, we're going to help you fill in your nutritional gaps with an overpriced product. But now we're also going to offer you these grow gardens so that you can eat the right things. It's very, I don't know, it's very wishy-washy. And in my opinion, it's just like any other MLM where it's designed to line the pockets of the people at the top. I have not talked about Juice Plus on my channel. However, I do have not experience because I don't have like, I haven't looked at the comp plan. I haven't looked at any of their products. I haven't done a deep dive, obviously, but I do remember our realtor from New Mexico used to sell Juice Plus, and she was just like, all about it. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys want me to dive into this deeper. I think this is something to be aware of. I think this is something that we need to watch on social media, just like we do anything else. This is not meant to shame the person on social media. However, I do think that her marketing techniques and methods are very, very deceptive. I do also think it's interesting that in some of her comments, she said, well, this isn't my main business. And I'm wondering if she's saying that because she has to, because of her rank within Pruvit. Find that interesting too. I think that, you know, if it's an MLM, say it's an MLM. Say it with your whole chest, right? Because what do you have to be ashamed of? Why do you have to control the narrative? You shouldn't have to, right? Because nobody else is creating what you have. So why do you have to hide it? We know why. Okay. Anyways, shout out to Christina for bringing this to my attention. I wanted to do like a quick little video on this and see what you guys thought about that. I can't wait to see your commentary. And just like always, don't join an MLM. If you loved this video, this little kind of sneak peek, not sneak peek, but like a little mini dive, I guess you could call it that, a little super sleuthing. I know all of the members are like losing their mind when I said that because we do a lot of that in the Discord, which is a blast. Anyways, don't join an MLM. I know I already said that. Give me a thumbs up if you loved this little mini dive and super sleuthing, and I will see you guys on the next video.